Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a vowel-heavy rack, which doesn't look too far away from a bingo. Now, opponent plays 4 vowels, not helpful. Does the L give me a bingo? I don't think it does. So, how to sort the rack out? Well, EAU would leave core, and AUE is its anagram. Does that play over aioli? Not sure it does. Not wholly. I can play it here for 10. Yeah, and I'm not seeing anything better. I draw the Q without the U that I've just played and no I on my rack. I do have caddy in column 5, QADI, and K'd through A and I, so I should be able to get rid of the Q and leave a decent rack leave. Nothing with the Q through EL, and I can't use the U of EAU. Apart from the Q, the rest of the rack is pretty bingo-y, so fingers crossed for my next move. So, opponent has blocked one of my K'd spots, my caddy spot, provided a new one. Geo takes an A, so nothing great provided by opponent. This is what I'm thinking of, K'd for 14. Wow, this is a vowel-heavy rack lead, but I don't think I can do anything about that. I do need to get rid of the Q. Great, I haven't drawn any more vowels. But do I have a bingo? C and F don't go great together, and F is not a particularly bingo-y tile. If I did have a 7, it would definitely play in column 2 because of agio. So, not seeing a 7. What about a 9? Or what about D? No, not seeing anything there. Now, opponent provides an E. Does that give me anything? I have 4 as a prefix, FOR and FORE. 4 cat is good, FORCAT, and factor. So I would have factored if the D were elsewhere. Not seeing anything with the E, but does that mean there isn't anything? Well, I'm not seeing it. So, AI, that would be quite vowel heavy, and I'm not seeing how the word would end. What about IO? No. Okay, so what to do? I think I do want to jettison the F. DOF is good. So I could begin a play here, FO, and I could stop here, keeping quite a decent 4-letter set. I could carry on with C and E for only 4 more points. I think it's better to stop here. The C is a bingo-y tile. This is a good 4-letter set, and there is a very good 7-letter lane in column 2, in that it requires an A, and I have one. So, is this the play? I could play Corf in this spot, CORF. Do I want to do that? I don't think so. I'm going with this. Okay, I draw the second C. Not seeing a 7. I have a very slender lead. Doff doesn't take an S after it. It does take another F. Axite is good, so I could play that in column 2 for a decent score. And no blanks have surfaced yet, so turning over tiles would increase my chances of drawing one. Yo doesn't take anything after it that I've got. Now, I have opened up a lane in column 8 for access to this triple word square. But no tiles I've got go in front of ER. I've also created a double-double lane in row K. Well, one that already existed, but I've added an R to it. I'm not seeing a double-double, whether a bingo or not, through that with this rack. Column 10, pretty handy, has a 7-letter S lane because O does take an S as well as an X. OI takes R, S and Z after it. So what if Axite is blocked? Well, not seeing anything. I don't have anything to go after YO or in front of ER. Era is good, but I'm not going to score very much by playing in that spot. Now, opponent has played only 20 points, 21 points, fantastic. Yod takes an E and an S, I think. Opponent provides no new floaters. So this is what I'm thinking of. Axite for 37. And I draw the first blank. Fantastic. So, do I have a bingo here? This is a balanced rack. The V is the only fly in the ointment. 50 points for opponent. Nice play. I trail by 20. So, let me have a quick squiz through the alphabet looking for 7s. Nothing has come to mind. And I'm not optimistic, but it is worthwhile going through this exercise. I don't think Havaral is good. Wonder what I'm confusing that with. Nope, this isn't looking promising. I have Wave as a component part. No, not seeing a 7 there. Any floaters worth considering? I don't think so. So how to sort the rack out? Well, I do want to get rid of the V. E-Rev is good. But I don't have anything to go after the I. So what about column 8? I have Haver, which is going to achieve a lot of things. It scores well, gets rid of the V, dedupes the A, denies opponent that spot, provides useful floaters, and this is a very bingo-y rack leave, despite it only being 2 tiles, because I have the blank. I am going with this. Oh, wow. I draw 5 consonants, so I am not bingoing. F and X, the spot for the second F after Doff has been blocked by Day. 56 points for opponent. Great score. So I now trail by 30. Can I sort this rack out? So a play of Fax would sort it out. Is there anywhere for that? Well, there is column 10 because of EAUX. I could play just Axe, but I think I do want to get rid of this F. I think I'm hesitant about this play because it doesn't score very much. Only, well, 26 points, not bad. But it's taking out an S lane. However, there is an S lane in column 13 because IO takes an S. I don't think I can do anything about the duplicate N. Well, why don't I play Fanians instead for 40 points, keeping X blank, and I'm setting up a super hot X spot. Is this a decent plan? I think it is. Okay, so... Oh wow, I don't have a vowel to go after the F. How galling. So I can't use that super hot X spot to its maximum advantage. Do I have a bingo here? Don't think I do. Blurt takes an S. Now, I still trail by about 20. So, I want to play off the X and at least one of the O's. I can do that down here. Oxford 29, pretty decent. I am taking out a nice S lane, but there are 3 S's to come, and opponent may well have one on their rack. And this rack leave is super hot. I am almost guaranteed to bingo next turn. So I draw one of the S's. Do I have a 7-letter play ending in S? What if the blank were an E? Is there really no bingo with the blank as an E? Great, well that lane... Well, there are several S lanes. If Yod takes an S, and it may not, but there's column 10 and column 13 for sure. Let me locate a 7 ending in S. Yod also takes an E, but I don't have an E on my rack. 12 minutes on my clock. So, is there really no 7 here? Well, none has come to mind. It'll be super high probability. Diglots. Okay, so let me find out if Yod takes an S. And it does, fantastic. And I draw the second blank. So, what do I have? I have, well... Do I, through an N, I would have wannabe. But I think that requires 2 N's. I think it does. Oh, an opponent provides an N. Fantastic. So, let me just see what this, that I do have the letters for this. I do. Wannabe. For 61, is this the best spot? I can put it all 1 square higher, but that just puts this A next to a triple word square. I am going with this. So, I do now have a lead of about 100 points. And I have not bad for 7 random tiles. I've got a scoring tile, and I've got a couple of vowels. So, nothing huge is standing out. I do have gin in column 13. Oh wow, and this is the same situation as before where I've got a super hot spot for my scoring tile, but I don't have the vowels necessary to get it to score twice. I don't have jar or Joe. But just 13 tiles left. Can I hang on? Opponent bingos. My lead shrinks to 30. Wow. And... I don't have a way of playing my J in row A. I do have gin in column 13. Through an E, I would have trijet. So, do I have anything through the U? No. So, interesting situation. How dangerous is this M? I don't think it's particularly dangerous in terms of a bingo. The remaining pool isn't particularly bingo-y. And if opponent does have a bingo, well, good luck to them. There's a bingo lane through the R for bingos ending in E. And there's M and U. This is what I'm thinking of. Gin for 25, because it's all I've seen. Rack leave is fine. Three E's and an O, so it's only the O which could go next to the B, so I don't think it's worth hanging on to the J. I lead by 38. Gin for 25. 9 minutes on my clock, so absolutely loads of time. Am I missing something super hot? Nothing ending AIJ. Ib definitely not good. So I guess it comes back to this M. I don't have anything beginning with M. Yeah, I'm going with gin. I'm not seeing anything better. Not a great pickup. And the remaining pool looking a little more bingo-y now, having had the P and V extracted from it. So, I don't think I have a bingo. Not seeing a 7. And P and U don't look great. Fantastic, just 5 for opponent. D goes in front of rub. So 1 tile in the bag. Opponent could have headgear. Wow. That would be good. Do I have anything to go in front of rub? I don't. I don't think the R in row O is particularly dangerous in terms of opponent bingoing there. So what can I do about headgear? Grub is also good. Does opponent have anything through the M? Not that I can see. So is there a way of blocking all bingos? Headgear ends in column 7, so a column 9 play doesn't work. What about doing this? Vite, the V surely not useful for opponents. The I very specifically in 4th place. 26 points will definitely enable me to outrun anything other than a bingo. So I have trip as an out. Well, I may not have a second out, but guaranteeing the win is the priority. Is this massively stupid? And the only way it would be stupid would be if opponent has got a bingo through V, I, M, V, I or M. And opponent has 7 of these 8 tiles. So what if they had over? Well, that would have to be a 9-letter play. 6 minutes on my clock. Am I? Yep, I am going with this. So, opponent did not have headgear. Have I set up a bingo for opponent? M now looks pretty useful with this rack. But hemorrhoid can't be spelt how it would need to for opponent to bingo with that word. So I may have gripped in row B if opponent leaves that alone. But I think otherwise I'm not going out in one. 13 minutes for opponent to find a bingo. They trail by 84, so any bingo would win. So if gripped isn't good or comes off, what is best? I have sting in row E. This rack illustrates how useful vowels are at the end of the game. My options are massively restricted without one. Phew, only 42 for opponent. They do block gripped. Opponent's got only an eye on their rack, so although my lead is only 42 points, I can surely outrun opponent. So just 5 minutes on my clock. Now I do have a G for grub, but that's not useful. So can I use this I? I think I can. I've got pot. Opponent is surely going out with only one tile, is and my. This scores 11, so 11 to beat. Do I have anything through A and DI? No. Fort is good. Oya is good. That's 12 points. I think that's better. Can I do even better? I don't think so. Yeah, this is the best I can see. And opponent's got just an I. HI would be 10. What else do they have? Well, nothing better that I can see. But they have 12 minutes to look. Yeah. And the final score, 357 for opponent, 395 for me, a winning margin of 38 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Super exciting stuff. And it was opponent to go first. A lot of vowels, plays aioli. And I also have vowels. Look at this for scores, nothing over 16. Kuri, D5. Yeah, that's quite nice. What do? I play EAU for 6 fewer points. Yeah, I think Kuri probably a better play. It doesn't give away terribly much, and it takes out all of the double word squares. Now, opponent plays Geo. I have the Q, which I jettison. Interesting, same score in both spots. Yeah, I don't know how to distinguish between those spots. Opponent plays Oi. Phew, no missed bingo here. Now, force is what I thought about. Except I thought about it higher up. But this choice, K8. Oh, force coming down to the left of OYE. I certainly didn't think of that, and I should have done, because I think it would have been a much better play than the one I came up with. Yeah, column 8 onto this triple word square. Now, opponent with erudite, nowhere for it. Plays die. And I play Axite for 37 to take a slender lead. Great spot for opponent of punk. However, kept available in the same spot for 12 more points. My rat, no bingo here, and I do finally spot column 8 and play Haver. Great play by opponent, 56 points for Oh Yes and a superb rack leave. So I'm trailing, but I've drawn the first blank, and I play Fanions, and I like that. Oh wow, opponent kept RST and had the misfortune to draw 4 consonants. So they played Blurt, retaining an S. And I play Ox for 29. So opponent still all consonants, plays Blag. And yeah, here we go. There doesn't seem to be a bingo with the blank as an E. Diglots, that was my play for 74, but Toluid, Doltish and a whole bunch of others, but having spotted Diglots and seen that it would score the most, I didn't spend time looking for alternatives. Now, opponent with the luxury of a vowel this turn plays Woman, and I have Wannabe, which was the only bingo in 2 spots here and 1 square higher. Now, great spot from opponent of Mutases, which made the end of the game a lot tenser than it otherwise would have been. So 6 tiles in the bag. I play Gin for 25. That looks fine. Opponent with Hurried and Durry could have played Humider for 45. Interesting. Humider for 45, retaining just an R. Well, they would have still trailed by 20, so I think they did the right thing in not playing that. Now, this was tricky because I could see from the remaining 8 tiles that opponent could have Hedgier, which I wanted to block, so that's why I played Vite. And opponent does not have a bingo. Play Hovered for 42. I don't have an out, and I play Par for 12. And opponent goes out with High for 10. So what a fantastic game. Only 40 points between us at the end. Super close. Great comeback with Mutases at the end, and a very good play of Rub, providing a possible game-winning bingo in row C that I really needed to deal with. So lots of interesting racks to consider. Many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.